covered with that story.
Hey everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and it is Wednesday morning and I'm running late again. I don't know what it is, I seem to not be able to get out of bed in the mornings. It's really weird. But I'm on my way. I know some of you are going to bed earlier. Well, I didn't go to bed that late for me. But definitely something I don't need to look at. Anyway, a very interesting evening. For those of you who know Glenn got on the line and Skyped me with trying to help me with some of the problems I'm having with my computer. I don't know if any of you know about this, but I've got some serious issues going on which may or may not be related to some sort of virus that my machine picked up. And it appears that it picked up this virus back in February. But that it was quarantined, so we don't know why on earth it would still have had effect. Something's gone wrong. And the strange thing is, it won't let me download Chrome properly, or it let me download it, but to get to it, my shortcuts are not working properly. They're just, so the registry is messed up some way. So it looks like I probably will not be broadcasting at all on Friday. That's what the warning is here. To be aware that there probably will be no broadcast. I'll put a note up on the web page. But I'm going to need Friday to work with Glenn and just completely reformat my hard drive and start again to make sure there's nothing left there. And just pray that it all works when we put it back together again. And it's not just my Chrome, it's also my editing program that I use for my videos. That's also not working properly. So, really weird. And I've downloaded, uninstalled and reinstalled them twice. So, just not quite sure where that all comes down from. But it's there and it needs to be fixed, so just got to bite the bullet and do it. And it'll be inconvenient for sure. And I will lose some stuff for sure. But the good news is that even though this computer that I have has the biggest memory of any computer I've ever had, it's massive, it's a terabyte or something. This is the first time that I have chosen not to keep anything that I value on my computer. The programs are there. But because I had this very large external hard drive, I've been able to just basically copy everything over onto this external drive, and then when we reinstall them, we'll be able to move things back again, and hopefully they will work. Very frustrating for those people who understand the technology. It's huge. But it is one of those things in life that gets in your way, and you can either let it just destroy you, or you can just let it go. What's going to happen? I'm going to lose Friday, and aren't I lucky to have Glenn in my life where he is willing to give up his Friday to help me? Yeah, that's pretty kind of him, I think. Very kind of him, I know. Not I think. So, we will do that. I just heard a snippet of the news, and I'm going to go back to listening to the news in a little while. I was horrified to hear that so many more of the hostages in Kenya were killed. And as you may know, Dougie was still missing a couple of cousins, and that would be terrifying for him. But again, there's nothing I can do to stop that if that is true. It is just incredibly sad. And then, as in all things, you have to turn around and go, be thankful for who you are, that you have life, for your friends, because life can be so short. And I know that for a lot of us, these sort of incidents bring out some level of anger. And for others, it's deep, deep sadness. And you know, it's interesting how many of my viewers say they don't want to watch the news because it's so depressing. I agree with that to a part, but on the other hand, I really do believe one needs to know what's going on in the world. So, to be in ignorance of what is going on in the world, I think, is equally scary. Because people will obviously be discussing this, and if you haven't been keeping some sort of idea of what's going on, then it's really a disadvantage. And they were saying that today is the closing arguments of the Michael Jackson case. Well, that's a civil case against AEG, the promoter. And I can't fathom the fact that they were saying that they reckoned his worth was in that 16 billion in future earnings. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody involved, or that remains, is going to end up multimillionaires anyway. But you have to wonder, where any human being gets to spend billions. It's frightening. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have been worth it, but let's be honest, he was 50, and his earning power was definitely diminishing. So I'm not sure, but the point that I want to make is, you know, really, how on earth can they go into the billions? Are the kids going to be better off because they become billionaires, all of them? They're probably already billionaires in terms of his royalties and everything, but now you're going to give them a couple of more billions? I don't know. I don't see a lot of advantage to that myself. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. And my sense is those children have got a hard enough life ahead of them without you know, that's, I guess whether it's millions or billions doesn't really matter, does it? Seriously. They're going to be living in a world that you and I don't know. And maybe it does make a big difference whether you've got a couple of million or a couple of billion. Maybe it takes a big... Imagine going house shopping and going, well, yeah, I'd like a $5 million home. I'll pay cash. Oh. Scary. Alright, so I'm going to go back and listen to the rest of the news. So I'm hoping, against hope, that things are not as bad as they sound after the situation in Kenya, and I guess I'll have to wait for Dougie to let me know. And for those of you who've written and offered condolences, thank you so much. I'll make sure he knows that you said so, and that people outside his family cared. In the meantime, have a very good day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever it is when you're listening to this. It's a beautiful sunny day here in British Columbia. Probably one of the last we'll see for 6 months or so. In fact, more than 6 months probably. So I'm going to enjoy it. This is Dear Mama Sal saying, I'm sending you a virtual hug. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye for now.